Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, it's time for jobs for November. So we've made good progress on cutting back the strawberries and finding the edge again and getting some wood chips down. There's a lot of conifer in here, but these paths have never had conifer in before and it won't hurt it at all. I've got to get this month the comfrey sorted. I didn't collect a lot this year. That's staying where it is now, and the blocking 14 will be planted in the new year probably. I'll get it space ready. It's been too wet to collect leaves at the moment, so I thought if I can get all this sorted I can get them all bagged up, stacked up this side while we're waiting. But you can see this material is breaking down really well, and if we go deeper that would be probably 3 years old, so topping it off with the fresh will make it easier to walk. I'm having to use my wellies, not good. We're going to be revealing the perennial weeds without the eye. I need to get that done this month. We'll see what we've got in there, see whether it's worth it or not. I've still got lots going on in the greenhouse, so we'll keep tending to those. The water's still switched on. Lettuce isn't doing very good, but we might be able to use that in stews, etc. So there's a few peppers in here, and overall quite pleased. I've got some stray mint that come from next door, so I've potted that up. I've harvested this red cabbage, and I'm going to leave these now, see if these pups will get any bigger, and we'll just keep taking the pups, keep reusing them. It'd be nice to get this area all done and dusted, and I think by the end of November these will have all finished as well. So you can see there I've just started to tidy this up, but it's all blended into one, so I need to have a tidy up, and you can see the difference it makes. The strawberry runners absolutely love the wood chips, especially now they're getting a little bit older, and this month we'll be tidying up the rhubarb, using some wood chips and using the rest of the manure that we've got left, and removing the stray raspberry runners from there. This month I'd like to be able to put my surplus liquid plant foods, that's the nettle and the comfrey that I've got spare, into here, and any spare manure. I'll get rid of that compost here as well. I want to put scaffold boards down here. This is going to be my giant cabbage area, and then I'm going to mulch it with cardboard for the winter to stop the rain from washing away all the liquid plant foods, and then we can do it again next year before we plant. Everything's dying back nicely now in here, no disease as far as we can see. We won't be touching this until December, or maybe a little bit later, and then we can get all these wood chips levelled out. I will be tidying up the square foot gardening. I can't see these lasting much longer, and I need to get the asparagus in to the purpose built beds. That was a permanent bean bed, but I've decided to have a permanent asparagus bed. I know we don't harvest, we can only harvest for about 6 weeks, but that's a job that will get done and hopefully work well for me in the future. I've almost given up on these pongo beans drying out on their own, so I'll get those pulled out, and we'll continue watching the mice eating my field beans. But there's a lot coming through, hopefully there'll be enough there to do some good. This is a permanent bean bed, long beans, etc., and peas. I've extended this raised bed by another scaffold plank, so I need to get the plastic in here, get it all lined, get it supported, harvest as much as we can before we fire some of the surplus soil into here. That'll get rid of a bit more soil, so we can get some more pallet collar beds in. We're just leaving the cabbages, and then we'll harvest the pups on those as well. And the Brussels sprouts are coming on nicely, and we've already taken some in the October monthly harvest. No signs of excessive slug damage. Little bits there, so maybe baby slugs, don't know, but we'll be keeping an eye on those. I've purposely left Marie's broad beans. Where's I think they're crimson. The crimson flowered broad beans. Apparently the flowers are lovely, so I purposely left them a bit longer so that if the mice do find them, they're big enough. As you can see, we've just chucked the beans on top of and they just grow. Of course the mice love them. So my raised bed seats come in useful for something else. This bed's now fully harvest, so we can get this one topped up with some compost, and I will be growing carrots in that one. So it'll be sifted soil from the permanent potato bed, and these 3 remaining barrels, we've cleared all these out now, but that's got to be shared with this new pallet collar bed. So we've moved the celery and the Jerusalem artichokes, used the good ones to build this one, so we'll top that up with new material. A lot better now, but we'll be doing a video on this. The pond at the end of the long guttering, that's working well. I'll keep taking water out there just for use. It keeps filling up with all this rain we're having, and I've got to find a new home for this, so I'm hoping to use it. Let's just move slightly so they're mirrored, so I'm going to put another good one there, and then at the end I'll have the Jerusalem artichokes. The slug traps, hopefully there isn't any. There shouldn't be any in these beds, but even the worms are finding it useful. But I should be replicating this on the other beds to see if we can catch the slugs. If we catch enough slugs, we can make our own nematodes. So this is the parlour soil that's really in the way, so we'll be taking some soil from this and the potato bed, because the potato beds had that mulching, so there's a bit too much in there now. So we'll eventually get all this gone, and we'll have all this free then. Rain, rain, go away, come back another day. Another job for November, I'm going to be looking to see if I can find some replacement bolts for these. They do stick up proud, ideal for the green polytunnel covers, but I'm going to see if I can get some coach bolts. And also I have noticed on some areas that I need to get a little bit of spray on these, or a bit of paint. It doesn't really matter, but it's just where all this has been in contact with the ground. The entrance door is well rotten, but that'll be cut off, so I'll get all this disconnected from the drive screws that the gentleman put in, and we'll get it moved about, lifted up a bit, and get some of that tidied up, and we'll get all this wood off. And I've bought all replacement wood. I've spent £220 on wood for this build at the moment, so I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who watches my videos from start to finish. It just helps me buy a few things for my allotment. And I'm getting another 5 plants from my fellow plot holder Ed to finish that off, so we'll have some nice strawberry plants that we know what the variety is, and then we'll be taking runners off those and replacing the ones in plot 1. Now you might think that cardboard isn't a very good thing to stop water, but you can see there it doesn't soak in awfully easy. They get wet, don't get me wrong, it's wet through, but it does stop the worms there from drowning, and they don't like the light. That's why we keep the beds covered, and the manure will be dragged down naturally, not just by the frost, rain and everything else. I'll get rid of that pipe. That's the pipe that feeds the water tanks. And literally, whoops, let's just show you this. This is completely rotten because it's been buried, bless it, but we'll be hacking through it wherever the doors go, because this will be a metre higher. But all the tanks are full. I've never known it so wet at this time of the year. I emptied this once, as you can see. We're you may not be able to see, but we're not far away with the water, and it won't be long before that's completely full. We'll have more than enough water for next year then, hopefully, for all this irrigation system I'm going to be trying. I found a few more bricks for the oh, be careful, I don't know whether I've twisted you around now. I found some more bricks to help with this. I've had another fire. I've got myself some bits for the bottom. I don't know, we're just having a mess about, but let's just J Lock Mart at Kenilworth, which isn't too far from me, but I threw them away, and they're probably worth a pound each, and I must have got at least 20. I also need to support these broad beans. I'm a devil for leaving them. Get them supported, and each one will get its own individual cane. And I've just got to remember to keep tying them in then. Is that the robin I can hear? We managed to I've got some more guttering. It's the same guttering that's in the greenhouse here with the wick guttering system, and hopefully he'll be taking the rest down off his house, so I'll have enough for the polytunnel guttering. If not, we'll have something else, buy some more fittings. One or two people always sort of say, lots of people say, how do you manage to get all these jobs done? And one particular person said I ought to do a time management video of how I manage my time. What do I do? You can see me there getting the wood chips down while we've got some wood chips, and it doesn't take long just to cut a few things back. But if you've got any ideas of what you do, put them down in the comments so that I can use those as well when I do a video on how I manage to get all these jobs done. I don't realise how, we have got a month, and these jobs, if we get them done, it just saves time in the future. That's the way I look at it. But anyway, if you've got any thoughts of what you do to manage what you do, whether it be I'm going to do that bit first, then that bit, whatever, I'd be interested to know as well, because we can all learn from this, and everybody can learn in this future video. So happy gardening to you all. Please remember to hit that like or dislike button, up or down, we don't mind, because that's the interaction. That's why that's where my videos get put further out to other people, so I can help them, they can help me by commenting. So please comment, and if you like the content of this video, then consider subscribing. It's the viewers that count, not the subscribers. You can have 100,000 subscribers but only 1,000 views. I'd rather have it the other way around. My channel, I've got 8,000 subscribers and maybe an average of 1,000 views, but because of all my other videos, I'm getting over 1,000 views per day on all my 700-800 videos, so they're helping someone. So please hit that like button or dislike, as we said, to help my videos get to people who are struggling and need a little bit of assistance. Take care, my friends. Till next time. Ta-ra for now.